Developers, this is Marco Arruda from the Construct. Today I'm going to explain about ROS2 DDS, the communication layer in which ROS2 is built on top of. As usual, I'm going to use the Construct platform. If you don't have an account yet, you can start using it for free just following the sign up link. As soon as you are authenticated, you can get a copy of the project I am working with by using the share link at the description of this video. Press run and the platform will get the environment ready for you. Basically, ROS2 is built on top of DDS meter implementation, and we have 4 DDS implementations available for ROS2. We are working with ROS2 Galactic, and since Galactic, the DDS implementation used by default is Cyclone DDS. And up to Galactic distros, up to Foxy, we had the fast DDS implementation provided by eProsima. So DDS stands for Data Distribution Service, and it's an industrial standard for distributed object management. So it means that there is a protocol to be followed across ROS2 nodes for the communication, and they are implementing this protocol, Real-Time Transport Protocol, RTPS, in order to have real-time communication across ROS2 environment. So let's check, for example, I'm going to open 2 terminals, and we're going to have a publisher and a subscriber. So let me restart my terminals. And in the first terminal, I'm going to launch Talker. So you can start, I'm going to use the demonstration nodes in C++. And it goes like this. So ROS2 run demo node C++ and Talker. Right now I'm starting a node and it's publishing this message. And in a second terminal, you can check that we have ROS2 node list. And there is this node, Talker. And we also have a topic called shader, which is the topic receiving all the messages being published by this Talker node. And right now I'm going to start the listener. So it means that now we have another node getting all the messages being published, and both of them are using the implementation of DDS using Cyclone library, because this is the default one for ROS Galactic. And this is implicit because we're not setting the DDS implementation. But if you want to do so, we just need to export a variable. And this is actually a special variable that ROS2 commands reads just before starting nodes. For example, if I run it like this, so it means that the ROS middleware implementation is going to be using the fast RTPS, and my Talker is going to publish the messages using fast RTPS libraries. And the listener, which was implicitly started, is still using Cyclone, and it's receiving all the messages. So how can we know it's really working in a different protocol? We can do a test, for example, just before starting the subscriber, I can export, for example, an invalid protocol. So let's say ROS middleware, something else. As soon as I press enter, we're going to have an error. This is because this ROS middleware implementation is not installed and actually doesn't even exist. The same can happen if you try one of the other implementations, because fast RTPS and Cyclone, they came by default in ROS2 libraries installation. Whenever you install everything related to ROS2, you're going to have ready in your computer fast RTPS and also Cyclone. Cyclone only for ROS Galactic, but it also includes the fast RTPS. So I'm gonna start the listener using Cyclone, for example, And remember, we have the talker using fast RTPS explicitly, and now the subscriber with Cyclone. And it still works, so as you can see, we're using different DDS implementations, and we can have both nodes communicating between them. Okay, great. Now if we try to start the listener using valid DDS implementations for ROS2, but just not installed, so we're gonna have exactly the same error. So ROS meter implementation is not installed because we just don't have those libraries here. And the same happens if you try Guru MDDS, because they don't come by default in ROS2 installation. Okay, so great. You can also try to launch the talker by using ROS2 Cyclone, and the listener by using ROS2 fast RTPS protocols. And there it is. It still works. It means that you can create ROS2 nodes and using your preferred ROS2 DDS implementation. So the option, it's very personal, and actually companies and research groups can choose the DDS implementation, for example, due to license or maybe some kind of optimization between them. This is something very personal, and ROS2 provides for different options for you. It's also important to take into account the limitations. So for example, if you are communicating between fast DDS and connects, you cannot use W-string. This is one type of interface available in ROS2, and if you publish using fast DDS, you won't receive the messages correctly in a connects node, only in macOS environment. And there is also another limitation between connects and Cyclone DDS. They just don't support publisher and subscriber communication for W-string. And it also happens between two nodes using connects dynamic. So they just don't provide support to C services. And yes, that's it for this video. Don't forget, if you want to learn anything about ROS2, check out our online ROS2 Academy courses and in-person ROS2 training in the video description below. See you in the next video. Bye.